Well, hello. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be one of the first tests of my new flail mower, the Remet F2-300 Pro. This is some really tall bahiagrass, rather thick. It's going to be kind of tough, and we're going to mow up and down this alleyway here. We got the tractor in the background there, and we're going to go up this alleyway here. You can turn the camera around and we see it going up the hill that way. So I'm off to get the tractor. I'm going to do a drive-by with the flail mower in front of the camera here. Again, this is a Remet F2-300 Pro 10-foot wide heavy-duty flail mower. There are two videos I produced before this one. They describe the getting, setting up, and checking out of this flail mower. A link to the first one of these videos is at the end of this video. I stopped and turned the camera around so you can watch me from the rear. I lift up the mower and then turn the PTO on. You can see the hammers moving around inside there, getting ready to start cutting the grass. It's up to speed. I set it down and off we go. Well, we seem to get a pretty good cut. There's the tripod mount for perspective. It's about a foot and a half tall. It chopped it down. I can clear away some of this grass, cut grass. I don't know, maybe you can cut that, bale that for hay. I don't know. It really chopped it up, and you can see the cutting height, I don't know, 2 to 3 inches off the ground at that point. Of course, it's sort of uneven terrain. Go up here a little bit. You can see it's sort of the same 2 to 3 inches. That's on the medium setting of the depth setting roller, and with the flail mower level. I can lower the cutting height by shortening the top length and tilting the mower forward and down a little bit. Also, there is a position above and below this setting of the roller. You can see this in detail in my setup videos linked at the end of this video. I used my magnetic camera mount to position the phone outside the cab at the rear of the tractor, looking down at the front of the mower. This is a good vantage point to see the material coming into the mower and the resulting mowed area behind the mower. Here some taller dog fennel weeds get mowed down. And then there are some dead oak tree branches that get busted up. I'm tired of picking up dead branches, and I'm looking forward to mulching them up with the flail mower. Many parts of the country have been very hot this summer. My farm weather station shows a temperature of 95 degrees with a feels-like temperature of 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm glad I'm inside the air-conditioned cab of the tractor. My phone, mounted outside the cab, is not doing so well. When I stopped this run and recovered my phone, it had this complaint. After I discovered this, I held it up against one of the AC vents in the cab to help it cool down more rapidly. I made it to the top of the hill and turned around to head back down the alleyway. Found another camera angle, this one inside the cab, looking to the back out the side window. I'm getting positioned here, trying to avoid the buried waterline valves, and then move the mower over to the far right position. And we're off. Grass and weeds are pretty easy to push over and get into the cutting area of the flail mower. These items are not especially tall, and it's not much of a problem to have them rub along the bottom of the tractor until they get eaten up by the flail mower. Brush and small trees are another matter. The leading edge of the flail mower is made of pretty heavy steel. In fact, the whole mower is extremely robust. But it is not a forestry mulcher, and in order for the hammers to cut the material, the small brush and small trees have to get bent over and inside the cutting chamber. They say the mower can handle up to 3-inch diameter material, but the tractor and mower have to be able to bend that over. And then until it gets to the mower, it's going to rub along the bottom of the tractor, potentially causing damage. So, before I try mowing in heavy brush and with small trees, I want to get a big log, maybe 11 feet long, just wider than the flail mower, and something like 15 to 20 inches in diameter, that I can carry in the front grapple to mash heavy brush down before it goes under the tractor and into the flail mower. Also, in heavy brush where I can't see the ground, I want this log that I would carry just above ground level to find any hidden stumps or other obstructions before I run into them with the tractor. One of the fun things about mowing the fields in the summer is watching the cattle egrets searching for food in the freshly mowed grass. But more on that in a minute. First, I want to show you how we can modify the depth of the cutting of the flail mower. Here I am parked in the shade of a large oak tree. This is the height adjustment for the flail mower. That nut right in the middle there, that's the position right now of this large roller that goes along the back of the flail mower. Raising for a closer cut or lowering for a longer cut. That's how you would position the roller. The roller rides along on the ground, and that controls the height of the hammers cutting the brush or grass ahead of it. Now on each side of the roller, there's the point where it connects to the frame, and grass tends to accumulate there. So every once in a while, see the roller spins on its own. It's easy to move, but it's good to occasionally pull all this grass out so it doesn't jam in there and potentially go after the bearings or something. There, all cleaned up, ready to move on to the other side. The other side here looks pretty clean. A couple blades to pull out, not much. And then we'll take a look at the hammers inside. They always get an accumulation of cut grass around them. I don't think it causes any issue. It just sort of falls out once you're in the barn ready to clean things out. Well, clean it out before you go in the barn. You just fall and make a mess on the floor. So there it is, my first mowing experience with my new flail mower, the Remet F2-300 Pro. As you can see, it's shifted all the way over to the right there. But let's go back to feeding the birds for a minute here. The cattle egrets often follow around a tractor mowing in a field. They are looking for grasshoppers and other bugs stirred up by the mowing action. I've even seen them with mice and small field toads. The cattle egrets swallow each of these whole. Sometimes I wonder how they can manage to swallow the whole thing. So anyhow, thanks for watching. To the right here is a link to my first video, which is about the getting, checking, and setting up of this flail mower.